Now this video is all about the Deus 2. A lot of questions have been asked about the factory default programs. When should you use them? What do they have to offer? Now I'm going to run through the factory default programs and just have a very quick chat about them. And I'm going to give you a chance to ask your own questions in the comments below. Now I'm going to take some of those questions and answer them on my next video, where I'll be doing a nice little giveaway, so don't miss that one. So here we go. Let's start off with the factory preset program number 1, and it's a general program. Now what does the general program have to offer? Well, it uses high and low frequencies combined. It's got a little bit of filtering, and it's ideal to use in wet conditions, so you're not going to get the false signals from the wet ground using the general program. Really is a switch on and go program. It uses 3 tones, low for iron, middle for sort of mid-conductive targets, and a higher tone for the higher conductive targets. But of course you can make changes to that as and when. But we're not talking about changes on this video, we're just talking about the factory preset programs. So let's go up one more. Now we've got the sensitive program. Now the sensitive program is very much like the general, but it uses a slightly higher frequency band, so it doesn't really touch on those lower frequencies what the general offers. So if you're looking for small hammered coins, Roman coins, things like that, the sensitive program will be a perfect choice. Now sensitive FT is different to the sensitive programs because the FT stands for full tones, so it's very much like my original hot program using the full tone audio. So with the full tone audio you've got a wide range of tones and they all blend together. So iron is a low tone, and then you get the mid tone, and then the higher and the higher and the higher, depending on target conductivity. Got a nice high tone there. Lovely high number there, look, coming up at 89. There it is, look. We have a, well, big old coin, I think, of some sort. Don't really know what that is. Is it modern? Is it Roman? I don't know. So the features we've got here, we've got a wide open discrimination. There's no discrimination on this, so we can hear everything coming through. Reactivity is 3, which is a really good all-round setting for reactivity. 2.5 to 3 is a good choice. And there we go, that's very quickly the sensitive full tones. Similar to sensitive, but it uses a different audio range. Let's go forward one more. Now we've got the fast program. The fast program once again demonstrates another audio feature in the Deus. It uses the pitch audio, but that's not just it. The fast program, because it uses the pitch audio, it's kind of using less filtering, so the machine is slightly more dynamic. So the fast program is a very good program to use if you're on a contaminated site and you want to really pick the bones out of the bones, shall we say. Give it a try. It may take you a little bit of time to get your head or your ear into it, but it's a very good program, so don't overlook that one. General. Sensitive. Full tone. Fast. That's the fast using the pitch audio. Do you know what? I love that. Deep HC. Oh yes, that's probably the best signal out of them all. Deus Mono. Let's go back to Mr. Park. The next one is the Park program. Now that uses some notch, some more discrimination, and that is brilliant for just cherry picking the coins and things like that. It doesn't use a massively high frequency range, so foil isn't going to come in quite as well as the sensitive programs. So good for coin shooting. I quite like the Park because it uses that square audio. So let's have a little look at this menu. Park discrimination 7, just slightly higher, sensitivity 90, IM volume 5, reactivity 2.5, audio response 4, and let's go down to the expert mode. We're using silence of 1, 3 tones but the square tone, bottle cap rejectors on 2, notch, and we've got notch between 23 and 35, so any targets falling between the target ID range of 23 and 35 will be eliminated. But of course, when you're in the field, you can make your own custom setup. So that's pretty much the Park program. So let's go one more, and we've got Deep HC. Now Deep HC uses a slightly lower frequency range for those deep high conductive targets. HC means high conductive, so slightly lower frequency range, slightly less filter, and it's got quite a lot of punch, and it uses a 2-tone audio. So all you're getting there is a low for iron and a high for everything else. Now, a trap people fall into when it comes to Deep HC, they look at a field and they think, wow, I want to go deep. But will the field allow you to go deep? Will the field allow you to use these raw settings? And in many cases, the machine may be unstable, a little bit spitty, a little bit poppy, and that's the machine telling you you've quite possibly selected the wrong program. So what I'm saying here is you can't always go deep on every field. If there's lots of iron, lots of contamination, you're onto a loser. Don't think about going deep, think about putting fines in your pouch, because detecting isn't all about deep targets. It's about getting the best yield from your time in the field. So if another program is giving you more fines because it's more stable, by all means stick with it. You've chosen the right program. The deep program isn't always the way to go, because the field will not always allow you to go deep. You would just be punished by false signals, and that's all there is to it. Let's go one more. Deus Mono. Now that's your traditional Deus program, single frequency. You can choose what frequency you want on this program. It's good to fall back on if there's lots of electrical EMI about and you're getting lots of false signals from other things, so bear that in mind. If you're searching a busy area, a public area, a yard, a sidewalk, and you're getting lots of EMI, Deus Mono has got its place, so don't rule that one out just because you've got a multi-frequency machine. Give it a try, use it when you need it. Now Goldfield, that runs in a totally different way to all the other programs. It's a very raw program, kind of designed for finding gold, very high frequency. You can use it inland, but it might be a little bit sparky. Here we go, now we're on to the Relic program, which is very similar to the Goldfield program, very same basics to it. It runs a lower frequency, so you've got to punch deep on those bigger targets. Because it uses a lower frequency, it will eat through your batteries quite fast, so bear that one in mind. Then you've got diving, beach sensitive. I'm not going to go into those because I'm doing a separate beach video. So that's it guys, that's my little rundown of the factory default programs. There's something for everyone there, but just remember, one size doesn't fit all. You've got to have a little play around with them, see what suits you. So if you've got any questions, please feel free to ask them in the comments below. Deus 1, Deus 2, detecting related, anything, any country, as long as it's in English please. And on my next video, I'll pick out some of your questions and answer them in front of camera. And don't forget, the next video we've got a nice giveaway from Gemina UK, and I think you're gonna like that. So guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you found this video useful, I'd appreciate it if you just subscribe, and I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.